All right, how's everyone doing? This is jalapablo. Thank you for tuning in. Let's look at Bitcoin. Um, well, the distribution just keeps on distributing. What can we say, right? Those that have been following this channel, you should be very satisfied. You should be happy with where we are. You should have known all about it already and prepared for it. And so let's go through these different charts quickly. I don't normally upload on Sundays. But I had some free time, and I wanted to just kind of give y'all an update, all the subscribers and all the people that encourage me to do these videos. And so hopefully your enthusiasm and your confidence in me has rewarded you. And so I just thought that this would be a nice thing to do, right? I'm blessed. I just want to share the blessings. Something about God's blessings for people who understand this, who've been walking with the Lord for a while and have entered into like not only a rest but also a blessing as far as like all your needs being met. The greatest, of course, is peace, inner peace. But like also, I mean, let's not discount it. God also can bless materialistically, although that's not why we follow the Lord. But anyway, He's poured into my life so tremendously, and so by giving back to the community, giving back, it creates like a reciprocity. And again, this isn't why we do it, but a reciprocity nonetheless is inaugurated when we make it our life's aim to bless others. The blessings pour back exponentially back in reciprocal fashion, and so it creates like a fountain, as it were, or a siphon. So anyway, keep that in mind. So we look here, we see the yeah, we're still distributing down from this high point here from the top of the short squeeze. We still haven't touched the 200 weekly, but we have down here in the Newpol, we have this red line coming back down. Now this is the Newpol line coming back down towards the 300, towards the exponential moving average or the smooth EMA right here. This is the one that kind of turns yellow. It turns yellow in the redistributions in the center of the range, and then it goes back to red as it marks down further, and then in the center of the range again. And this is usually where liquidity sweeps are happening, liquidity raids. It changes again yellow temporarily, and then back to red as the macro downtrend or whatever trend it is. In this case, it's a downtrend. Resumes. It changes back to red. Now notice we are under the zero line. All of this is transpiring beneath the zero line in the STH Newpol. So this is right on course. Everything is just A-OK. We see that 4 years ago in the fractal cycle, we kind of had the same thing, although in this redistribution here, the sister fractal, the Newpol line didn't quite cross over the EMA like it did this year. But nonetheless, we have this downturn here, just straight down, and then we see it drop just right down into the ground zero zone here. And so that looks like we are on a collision course for the same this time around as well. I'm not so much looking at the price action, but I'm looking at the Newpol really right now, because as long as we are triple, well, we're not triple red, we're double red. When this EMA changes to red, then we'll be triple red underneath the Newpol, and this thing should drop down to here. And so this is now this is 58,000. So where 58,000 is. That's the 200 weekly SMA. So we go to the fractal to get a better read. Let's go here, and then we look and see where we are. Why do these fractals change? All right, let's see here, here, here. One sec, let me put this on double screen. Okay, and so here are the fractals. This is where we are. We see that we've gone down to the creek. Remember the last few videos? I said 68.5 is what we should be counting on. And sure enough, we are there. This is on the 10-minute. I need to change this to, Let's change this to a 3 hour. Sorry guys, I didn't know that all these got jacked up. But that's all right. Let's change this to the 3 hour, just so that we have both the fractals. We kind of get an idea. You know how I like to do the fractals on this segment here. We won't look at it too long. But here we go. Okay, so here's a sister fractal from 2022, corresponding to where we are currently. Get rid of that. And with the nupal, the main thing is the nupal again. We see the similarities in the nupal in this redistribution range. That's this here. See how, now since this is a 3 hour, it's going to be different in relation to the zero line in the nupal. And now here we had this, for a while we had a triple yellow. And that's this. Here 4 years ago, you see how we're triple yellow here in this descending triangle here. Kind of had a descension as well here. But now we've got a red EMA and the nupal line has gone beneath the zero line. Can you see that right here? And so when the nupal line goes beneath the zero line, then the zero line changes to red. And that's when we get the triple reds. And that's when we see both of these trajectories heading down to the, again, here is the 200 weekly right here, the SMA. So this is going to be ground zero. This is not the bottom. At least I mean, it could be, but I don't think it's going to be the bottom. I think we're going to go beneath it. The 200 weekly is just kind of like a reference point. That's the area where any kind of selling climax beneath that, we can now begin to get an informed kind of analytical view of how deep possibly we could go. And so as we see cycle after cycle, in previous cycles, we've gone deeper than the 200 weekly. The 200 weekly is just the doorway to the depth of ground zero. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that once we get down there. We're not down there yet, but we are at the creek here, and right at the creek. Remember, I told you this is where we were headed, 68.5. Now we're at 68.1. That's here in the fractal. So we see what happened. It wasn't much longer after this point. The bulls lose the creek line here, then it's down. There's really nothing holding us. We do have, like a little area here. Now for us, it's 65,000. That would go down to 65. We'll get to that in a minute. I don't want this to go on too long. But now here is the 30-minute. Now we have the Wyckoff on the 30 with the 3 drive, the breakdown from the 3 drive, and the test and the subsequent failure of the test, along with the divergence in the nupal. We have the three flat bears in tandem with the 3 drive, higher highs, equal highs. It's no bueno for the bulls, guys. That's So if this was going to continue to be bullish, then the nupal should be rising along with the price action. But the fact that the price action keeps rising, but the nupal remains the same, is showing you that smart money is selling into the strength of these upthrusts. And so that's why these aren't growing. And then the ones that have bought, in particular, the second and third drive, they're right now underwater. If they haven't sold, many of them have sold here once we broke this wedge and came down for this test, and this test broke as well. It was a failure to get back into structure. We always look for breaks of structure after these 3 drives. You recall the 3 drives can begin in the beginning of the range, and we can also see them at the end of the range. Typically in these redistributions, we see them at the end, especially at the end of these fake outs or these short squeezes, where most people know that this thing is going down. I think that's not really a question. Most serious traders and analysts know that it's going down. But guess what? There's a predatory entity known as the market maker or the composite operator who knows that everyone knows that it's going down. So they're not going to, they're not in the business to make us rich. They're in the business to fleece us and to drain us of our liquidity, and then they're going to go down. So what do? They short squeeze. They squeeze the shorts first. And that's what stuff like this amounts to. Little shenanigans like this. Short squeezes, liquidity raids, they raid the stops, and then they come down, they liquidate the shorts, and then they drive it down. So that's what we saw here, but we could kind of get a clue as to what they're doing. The machinations of their plans can be seen when we read it in conjunction with the STH Nupal. So anyway, so now we're down. We're getting down to range midpoint. So this is a major. It's still a creek. This is more like a river, and we're on top of this river. Now this river is very important. We cross this river to the south, and that is really no bueno. Now we're getting into a situation like this, a free fall. So the river is really what's keeping everything afloat. So we go to the next chart. Let's see, what do we have? We have a 10-minute. Do I want this on a 10-minute? I think I want this on a 15-minute. Let me adjust it, and then I'm gonna get going. I don't want this thing to go on too long, especially not on a Sunday. Now let's look at it here. Okay, so yeah, here's a 15-minute. So this is kind of showing us the logistics of what exactly. This is that structure break off the 3 drive. It's just kind of under the microscope here. And then we have the preliminary support, all of this stuff, the selling climax, automatic rally, ST, secondary test. Up thrust action, we had this kind of symmetrical pattern, but you notice that it wasn't able to get back up. What price wants to do immediately after it breaks structure and retests and finds support at the lowest, order block, it comes back up and retests, trying to get back up into the structure. Everything, the price always wants to re-enter structures that it has just broken. So it's kind of like water. It's like reverse osmosis, like water escapes. But then instead of wanting to flow out into a void, it wants to get back into the hose. And so it's kind of a weird quirkiness about price action. So this wants to get back up into the wedge. It's unable to. And so this is why this is this support changes to resistance after the structure break. And see, in differentiation to this, there was no break because it just came right back up through the membrane, if you would. If we think of this as like a cell wall, it just diffused right back into the membrane, through the membrane, back into the cytoplasm of this wedge. And then down here, yeah, we broke through and we weren't able to get back up. And this is an effective resistance. All right, guys, I got to go. I got company coming over. Real quick. Yeah, so we're going to test this. You see that we've already gone beneath the ice here. And so this right here is showing us that we're actually, the bias is still on the side of the bears. And if we're not able to get back up over this ice, then it's down. The next order block is going to be this area here. Let me just get a quick, like a ray. Kind of like this area, I think, is the next where we might see a little bit of support, although this is not a major support area. But this is 66 to 65,000. So if we're not able to come back over the ice, count on a drop down to here, and then perhaps from here another retest. Although 4 years ago, for just purely going off the fractal range analysis, it was a straight plunge down. So to the 200 weekly. So anyway, we'll let you guys go with that. We'll just keep our eyes on it. I really got to go. I got guests coming over. I will talk to you guys later. I love you guys. jalapablo@gmail.com. If you need prayer, we'll talk to you guys real soon. Adios. Bye-bye.